Donald Trump gets incredible news from the Supreme Court Colorado case, as well as support from Republican-led states. President Biden and General Lloyd Austin are both accused of dereliction of duty this weekend. More on that, and the stock market goes wild with anticipation. The Biden administration is not off to a good start in 2024, as it was just reported that neither President Joe Biden nor Defense Secretary General Lloyd Austin were in the office on New Year's Day. These two men are the only ones with national command authority, which means nobody would have been available to give military orders in the event of a national crisis or emergency. So what happened? Why was nobody available? For starters, President Biden was on vacation again, which means that Austin assumed responsibility. Now, unfortunately for Biden, Austin suffered a medical emergency on New Year's Eve. He's not talking about what it was, though. And apparently, he had failed to disclose his condition to the White House and even the Pentagon. Not only did Austin fail to report the hospitalization for several days in the ICU, his team allegedly lied by telling senior defense officials that he was working from home, which means U.S. Congress was not notified of his absence. As expected, former President Donald Trump reacted by calling for Joe Biden to fire Lloyd Austin. He stated, "Failed Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin should be fired immediately for improper professional conduct and dereliction of duty. He has been missing for 1 week, and nobody, including his boss, crooked Joe Biden, had a clue as to where he would be or might be." But according to Politico magazine, President Joe Biden had a much different reaction and told Austin he looked forward to seeing him back at work during a recent phone call. With that being said, Austin did release a statement where he accepted accountability for not being transparent with the White House, the Pentagon, and the American people as he should have been. This is a very bad look for the Biden administration, especially when we are supporting multiple wars and the globe seems to be on fire with conflict. Now, truthfully, my first question was, who's running the country? The two highest officials with military control are both checked out. Just like, hey, you've got it. I'm going on vacation. Hey, I'm actually going to go into the hospital. See ya. I mean, I hope Iran isn't watching our news. Sheesh. All right. Just after the Colorado decision to block Donald Trump from appearing on the ballot, multiple states have either followed or attempted to follow their footsteps. Some have not. Some have come out and said, of course, Trump will be on the ballot. While it was previously reported that Colorado will leave Trump's name on the ballot until the Supreme Court makes a decision, now Colorado's Secretary of State is already stating that she won't count any of the votes for Donald Trump, regardless of whether they see him as disqualified. Again, an illegal, unilateral move. Now, unfortunately, even top Democrat lawmakers such as Nancy Pelosi are backing the decision. During an interview with ABC's Stephanopoulos, Pelosi stunned him by claiming that states have the law and the authority to overrule the United States Constitution. So Nancy Pelosi, who has said on many occasions that nobody is above the law and the Constitution is the final word, not even Donald Trump is above this, but one person can make a decision against the Constitution if it means getting Donald Trump. Ooh, we got to get that Donald Trump. That orange-faced loser, he's going down, right? So now they're putting these secretaries of state with their own opinion, no legal background, no Supreme Court decision. They're saying that they have more authority than the United States Constitution. Now, does Pelosi think we're stupid? Or is she just a terrible leader? I don't know, but man, her Trump derangement syndrome actually makes me laugh. I mean, it's pretty pathetic, right? He's just one guy. Oof. All right, now, thankfully, the Supreme Court has accepted a petition to immediately review concerns regarding Colorado's Supreme Court decision. So far, 27 other states have argued that chaos will ensue if Colorado is allowed to disqualify Donald Trump, and that it would make for an unfair election because it would basically cancel out other states' votes. So if he's not on in Colorado, it can basically wipe out Utah or wipe out Arizona, right? So as far as a timeline goes, the Supreme Court has said that they will begin hearing arguments on February 8th, which means that they will make a decision likely within a few days of hearing oral arguments. Biden's deputy campaign manager, Quentin Fulks, just gave some insight into how they plan to run Joe Biden's campaign for 2025. During a recent appearance on CNN, Fulks claimed that Biden's day one priority will be to restore Roe v. Wade. In terms of other focuses, Fulks said that Biden will also campaign on promises such as forgiving student loan debt and banning assault weapons. Now, I'm really hoping that America sees through these promises because he's not going to be able to keep them, just like all of the other promises that he made that he hasn't been able to keep. However, the Roe v. Wade move is a brilliant move because data shows that 25% of Democrats only vote for president in order to give women the right to abort their babies. Now, the truth is, the Supreme Court is not going to reverse Roe v. Wade unless many years from now there is a progressive left-wing majority. But Biden knows all of this, and he's just lying. Now, this is my favorite part, right? His day one is going to be to reverse Roe v. Wade. Why not just start today? If you have that authority, Joe Biden, if you're really that amazing and that powerful, why not give women the right to abort their babies today? Why wait? Why wait another 365 days to do that? It's because he can't. He's not going to be able to. But with all the failed promises and renewed spotlight, Hunter Biden is still the biggest thorn in Joe Biden's side, and the Obamas have expressed their concern for Joe Biden. Not only did the Washington Post report that former President Barack Obama has criticized Biden and his re-election team, but now his wife, Michelle Obama, has come out saying she is terrified for what might happen in 2024. Well, you can only be terrified if Donald Trump wins, right? It's not like Biden could get any worse. If he does, he'll just hand over the White House keys to Kamala Harris. Ooh, I guess it could get worse. All right, now in an effort to combat at least some of the bad press, we're going to switch gears and we're going to focus on Elon Musk for a minute. Now, the Wall Street Journal is running hit pieces about Elon Musk. And they've enraged him by publishing a story that he is so addicted to illegal drugs that Tesla and SpaceX boards are losing their mind. The story relies on anonymous sources, of course, who claim to have personally witnessed Elon Musk doing illegal drugs. Now, the journal claimed that his drug use was reportedly so bad that executives and board members are becoming worried. Shortly after the story broke, Elon Musk denied the accusations and said that he's been randomly drug tested regularly for the last 3 years in order to have contracts with NASA. He said, "There's not even a trace of drugs in my blood or urine." Now, Musk bashed the Wall Street Journal, stating, "The WSG is not fit to line a parrot cage for bird crap." So basically, you're a worthless piece of garbage news outlet because you're not even telling the truth. Now, the stock market was up today. The S&P 500 was up 1.4%. The Dow Jones was up 0.58%, and the NASDAQ was up 2.2%. Gold and silver were mostly flat on the day, while Bitcoin was up over 6% on the day. Wow. Now, some of this financial increase comes as Wall Street speculates an announcement of the Federal Reserve Bank cutting rates. However, that hasn't been officially announced, but when they do, the stock market is going to go bonkers with over $10 trillion sitting on the sideline looking for a new home. All right, it was discovered today that the second largest foreign landowner in America is Chen Tai-kwai from China, who owns 198,000 acres of American land. Chen says he is buying American land because it's such a hot investment and for no other reason. Meanwhile, states like North Dakota and Florida are trying to make it illegal for outside investment firms, especially from China, to buy land in their state, especially if it's located near a military base. Okay, now in foreign news, President Zelensky of Ukraine is realizing his previous promise to bombard Russia with drone attacks isn't going to work. Just last week, Russia claimed that they shot down nearly 100 drones that tried to attack Kyiv. However, Ukraine says, well, some of them were able to get through. Now, this ends up being a war for money, as drones are significantly cheaper than missiles. And so perhaps Ukraine is thinking that they will win by draining missiles away from Russia. But Russia has plants making weapons 24 hours a day now. So I'll continue to keep you updated on that. In regards to Israel, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has announced that they have revised the Phase 3 plan and will now scale down future operations in the Gaza Strip. From what I've seen, many commentators believe this decision was made to accommodate the demands of the United States. While Israel has made efforts to keep America somewhat satisfied, it is clear that they will only bend to their demands so far. For example, Israel says it will allow Palestinians to take back control of Gaza, but under very specific conditions where Israel can monitor them. So basically, Israel isn't going to take the land, but they are going to monitor a new government that takes over the land. Now, this is my update for today. Please give this video a like and do not leave YouTube without watching this video. Hey, stay amazing, and I'll see you on the next video.